Viewers and subscribers, welcome back to the Sports Perspective TV. As always, thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate you being here and taking your time out to watch the video and interacting with the video as well. Now, as you can tell from the thumbnail, the squad is out, the wait is over. Cricket West Indies, they have announced the squad, the T20 squad, that will be going up against England in the upcoming 5 T20 internationals. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing the squad with you and also discussing a few things about the players named in the squad as well, right? But before I get into the details, just take a few seconds to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so as yet. Free and simple ways of for you to support the channel, but they go a far way. So just take a few seconds to do that, then I'll get straight into the details of the squad, giving you the names of the players and all, right? So I'll pause for a few seconds. All right, so you've liked the video, subscribe to the channel. All right, let's go. So like I mentioned earlier, the T20 squad has been named, and it is a strong squad. It is a strong squad. Top players are back. Any series between West Indies and England is always competitive, and those players saw it necessary to make themselves available for the series. And as a supporter of the West Indies, and I'm sure you viewers and subscribers as well would appreciate the fact that they are available, right? So without any further ado, let's get into the squad, right? So the squad is as follows, right? So we have Ravman Powell, who is the captain, of course. Ruston Chase, Matthew Ford, coming off his man of the series performance in the ODI series. He is named in the T20 squad as well. Shimron Hetmyer, Hetty didn't get that many opportunities to bat in the ODI series, but when he did look good for a short cameo. So he's in the squad. Terence Hines, he is also named in the squad again. He toured Sri Lanka. Didn't get any opportunities to play in Sri Lanka, but with this being a 5-match series, I do see at some point where he could possibly get his opportunity to play, especially if we are able to win the series early on, right? Then you have a Shai Hope, Akil Hossain, right? So Akil is back, left-hand talisman, in the power play. Good to see Akil Hossain back, and ready to represent in the maroon colors again, right? Then you have Shamar Joseph, Brandon King, Brandon King coming off the back of his brilliant century in the 3rd ODI, so he's rounding into some form. So looking forward to see how he does in this T20 series as well. Evan Lewis, also in brilliant form. He has had scored a century in the England series, scored a century in the Sri Lanka series. So both King and Lewis are coming into this series in good form, and that can only bode well for the West Indies, as they go up against England in this series. Looking forward to see how that partnership does, in the T20 format as well, right? Then you have Gudakesh Moti, Nicholas, Nicky P, Pooran, the big man himself. He is back and ready to go. Pooran, he's been in top form, arguably the best T20 batter in the world over the past 2 years, performing well for the West Indies and in franchise cricket as well. He is back for the series and ready to go. Then you have Andre Superman Russell, also back for the series and ready to go. Hoping Andre Russell can give us some performances in this series. We know what he's capable of doing, but sometimes it's not produced when representing the West Indies. So definitely looking forward to see how Russell does in this series, and hopefully, he can give us some Superman heroic performances in the series as well. Then you have Sherfin Rutherford, Mr. Reliable, Mr. Consistent, and Romario Shepherd. So that's the 15-man squad that will be going up against England, in this 5-match T20 series. Again, just going over it again. So you have Ravman Powell, Ruston Chase, Matthew Ford, Shimron Hetmyer, Shai Hope, Terence Hines, Shai Hope, Akil Hossain, Shamar Joseph, Brandon King, Evan Lewis, Gudakesh Moti, Nicholas Pooran, Andre Russell, Sherfin Rutherford, and Romario Shepherd. So that's the 15-man squad. You know, a strong squad. You know, possibly possibly the strongest squad that we could feel for this series. You know, barring the non-inclusion of Alzarri Joseph. You know he's been suspended. I'll discuss that in a separate video, right? But you know, Alzarri Joseph is one of our best bowlers, right? But unfortunately, he's not available for this series. For whatever the reason, right? But you know, barring the exclusion of Alzarri Joseph, I would say this is probably the strongest possible squad that we could field for this series, right? So definitely looking forward to see how we are able to perform. You know, obviously the big names are there, but you know, name doesn't play cricket. You know, you have to go out there on the day and perform and produce the results that's desired. You know, from us as West Indian fans, you know, we're expecting the team to win. You know, but in order for us to do that, our players have to perform. You know, we know what they're capable of, and hopefully they can go there and produce those performances and win us this series as well, right? Coming off the back of the ODI series victory, definitely want to win this T20 series on home soil as well. You know, looking at the squad, you know, there's a lot of competition for places as well, right? It's a 15-man squad. And it's really hard to look at this squad and pick a starting 11. You know, so Darren Sammy and his coaching staff will definitely have headaches, you know, picking a starting 11 for this this series. You know, when you look at the squad, the only name that pops out that really you can say might not be a sure starter right away is a Terence Hines. Right? But every other name there, you know, in their own right, you know, can be in the 11, but only 11 members can play. So, you know, obviously a few of them will have to be benched. But competition for places in any team is always good, you know, and that's what I like about this squad. You know, there's a lot of competition for places, and that can only bode well for the team. You know, players know that there is pressure on them to perform. If they don't perform, then there is ample replacement there to replace them in the squad. Right. Also, Romario Shepherd, you know, he did suffer an injury in the last ODI against England. So he might, I'm not sure what his injury status is, but obviously with him being named in the squad, you know, the coaching staff and the medical team think he will be fit enough to go in the series. Maybe not in the first few matches, but you know, at some point he will be ready to go. Right. So Shepherd and Hines might be doubtful for the first few matches. Well, Shepherd might be doubtful for the first few matches, and Hines, you know, I think just based on the experience of the players and what we know, you know, what the other players are capable of, you know, Hines might be left out for the first few matches, in my opinion, right? But other than that, you know, any of the other players, you know, they are definitely in contention to be named in the starting 11. Matthew Ford, you know, man of the series in the ODI series, right? So he's in brilliant form. You know, the batters are in brilliant form, from the Brandon King, the Evan Lewis, Sherifian Rutherford, you know, Shai Hope, you know, all of whom score either half centuries or centuries in the ODI series, right? Then you have Shimron Hetmyer, of course. Nicholas Pooran, you know, he's a sure pick. So, you know, there are a lot of competition for places, and I like that about this squad, right? So, definitely share in the comment section what you think about the squad, you know, and what players you think are missing that you would have wanted to see included, or just your overall thoughts about the squad that was named and how you think we will do in the series, in the T20 series against England, right? Again, just going over the squad one last time before I end this video. So it's Ravman Powell, Ruston Chase, Matthew Ford, Shimron Hetmyer, Terence Hines, Shai Hope, Akil Hussain, Shamar Joseph, Brandon King, Evan Lewis, Budakesh Moti, Nicholas Pooran, Andre Russell, Sherifian Rutherford, and Romario Shepherd. That's the 15-man squad that we will be going up against England in the T20 series. You know, as always, thank you for tuning in. Do remember to like the video, share your thoughts in the comment section, and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so as yet. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.